Hello and welcome to Layman Lingo. In this video, we will talk about subnetting in networks. Subnetting is one of the most discussed topics when it comes to networks, and the objective of this video will be to try and get the idea across in as less technical terms as can be. We will start by understanding the need for subnets. Let's look at this image. Here, we see a network which has an address that represents the gateway to access all devices within the network. The individual hosts also have assigned addresses which are unique and which follow the structure of the network address. So, from this image, we can derive that all the hosts belong to the network. There is a huge possibility that the number of hosts within a network may grow or shrink over time. This gives rise to the need of flexibility, which means the ability to appropriately handle the size of a network. Subnetting is a process or a method that helps us gain this flexibility. It provides a method to more efficiently manage our network resources as per changing requirements. An address is a set of 12 numbers divided into 4 groups, where each group contains 3 numbers. Each group is separated by a dot. Each group represents a number ranging from 0 to 255. That means any group cannot have a number lesser than 0 and greater than 255. Internally, the addresses are made up of binary values 0 and 1, better known as bits. But for ease of representation, we use number values to represent the address. Therefore, the address is made up of a total of 32 bits and each group uses 8 bits. Now, an IP address is further divided into 2 parts, namely the network address and the host address. The network address refers to the network where the host resides, and the host address pertains to the logical machine address within the network. Network addresses are primarily categorized into 3 types. Class A, where the first 8 bits represent the network address and the following 24 bits represent the host address. Therefore, the network has the capacity to contain a larger number of hosts. Class B addresses allot the first 16 bits for network and the trailing 16 bits for host. And lastly, Class C reserves the first 24 bits for network and only 8 bits for the hosts. We can identify the class of an address with the help of the subnet mask. So to sum it up, Class A addresses have the highest capacity for host addresses, Class B addresses have moderate capacity for host addresses, and Class C type have a low capacity for host addresses. Let's take an example of a company which has 2 departments, namely sales and product, and they require separate networks to function within the same company network. Furthermore, sales network requires 120 host addresses and product network requires 125 host addresses. Now, it will not be a cost-effective option to purchase 2 Class C addresses, one each for sales and product. Optimally, the company in this scenario could purchase one Class C network with a capacity of 255 host addresses and divide it into 2 subnets. Hence, subnetting would be the best approach the company can make use of in this scenario. Let's try to see how a network can be segregated into 2 networks. In this case, we have a Class C address where the first 24 bits represent the network address and the trailing 8 bits are the host addresses. I could ideally borrow a bit from the host address section and add it to the network address section. This would now enable me to use 25 bits for representation of a new network. So I can now set the borrowed bit value to 0 to represent one network and set the bit value to 1 to represent the other network. The newly created networks will now have the capacity to host 127 addresses each, since they have 1 bit less. This is the basic idea of implementation of subnets. In other cases, we may borrow more than 1 bit from the host addresses to represent the network address. But in this video, we will limit ourselves to only shifting 1 bit. That's it for this video. I hope I was able to give you guys a good start into subnetting. If you found this video meaningful, please do like and share this video. Thank you for watching.